there is a Pooper Scooper convention that just happened? I went there and I learned so much, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you today. The 2023 Pooper Scooper convention was hosted by the Association of Professional Animal Waste Specialists, or aPaws, in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The convention went from Friday to Sunday. I flew out to Myrtle Beach Thursday just so I can get a little bit of relaxation while I'm there and just meet a lot of the people that I've been talking to online for the last couple of years. I was super nervous. I didn't know what to expect. You have relationships with people online. You don't know if things will translate well when you finally meet in person. It was so fun meeting my friends, hanging out on the beach for a couple of hours, soaking in the sun before we got to talking shit at the conference. Friday evening, they had a meet and greet scheduled. It started around 6 p.m. The place was already packed with other scoopers. I got to talk to people who have literally 10 times the number of customers that I have, just picking up dog poop and having their employees out servicing their customers. There were a couple of people that I started talking to and they actually recognized me from my YouTube channel. And it was just surreal talking to someone who's actually seen my videos online. Everywhere in the meet and greet, there's just these pockets of people, everyone talking about how they run their business, strategies for growth, the struggles that they have as business owners, especially at scale. I'm a solo operator. The issues that I have managing a poop scooping business by myself are not the same issues other bigger businesses and franchises have when they're managing hundreds and hundreds of customers. It was just really great to hear everyone's perspective and downloading all this information. I was writing so many notes on my phone, capturing little pieces of gold that I heard from people. I think the meet and greet ended around 9 or 10, but people still stayed up and just talked to their colleagues. I mentioned before that it's super lonely being a business owner, and when you're surrounded by other business owners in the exact industry you are in, there's just something magical about being in that kind of environment and having all of these experiences circulate together. The knowledge transfer, the creative ideas, the process workflows that everyone was talking about. Saturday morning came, I went to the convention. They had a bunch of guest speakers scheduled for the day, all talking about a variety of topics. One guest speaker, his topic was about turning your CRM into an ATM. And a lot of it was breaking down how social media like Facebook and Instagram, even if you build out your page and you have hundreds and hundreds of followers, whenever you're posting online, only 10 to 20% of the people are seeing your posts. This is something that I've been working on myself, growing an email list, a platform where you can communicate directly with your customers instead of being beholden to a social media platform. He also shared this concept of segmentation. You want to categorize your people on your mailing list into different buckets. Your weekly customers versus your brand new leads who haven't done service with you. The reason why you want to do segmentation is because the messaging that you send to a customer should be specific to where they are in your customer journey. Something that I'll send to a brand new lead who's never done business with me, I'll send them an email that's completely different than someone who's already worked with me and I've built rapport with them. Since advertising costs continue to grow, the only way to get around that is really with your referral programs and having people speak on your behalf. Your job is to find people who know and trust you so they can refer you to other people they know and trust. We always want to grow our business and we want to land new customers, but in reality, you should be spending 70% of your time fostering the current customers and the current relationships you have versus 30% actually trying to find new business. It's infinitely easier to have someone give you more money when they've already paid you before compared to convincing someone brand new to pay you in the first place. The next speakers were these two women that talked about an alternative strategy when it comes to hiring. This was probably one of the most inspirational keynotes I've ever heard. They partnered with Poo Patrol LLC in Lincoln, Nebraska. They both work for a vocational rehabilitation center for people with special needs and disability trying to acquire skills and job opportunities. They mentioned when it comes to hiring people, consider looking offline as well. There's a subset of people in our our society that may not be able to apply online. They might have issues with reading or writing, and they might need support assistance as well. They mentioned that businesses that embrace diversity are better positioned for success in the future. And then they started talking about their partnership with Poo Patrol LLC. So the owner of Poo Patrol LLC, his name is Josh, and he has a learning disability. This guy has a successful poop scooping business where he's servicing hundreds of customers, and he has, I believe, 5 or 6 employees, and all of his employees all have learning disabilities and special needs. Through their vocational rehabilitation programs, he's able to partner with these facilities, onboard employees with special needs, and give them a job that they're proud of. There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to vocational rehabilitation. There's tax incentives for the business. Each person who's coming from a vocational rehabilitation center, they have a caseworker that works alongside with them. Their caseworker is driving them to the scooping appointments. They're walking alongside them to make sure everything is being picked up, but the individual themselves, they are doing the work. That person is your employee. The caseworker, they're part of the vocational rehabilitation center, and they get paid through the government. They deal with their own insurance, so hiring someone through vocational rehab isn't going to increase your insurance rates. And they also provide extensive training for you as an employer to make sure you feel supported when it comes to employing someone with special needs or disabilities. It really made me want to work with the vocational rehabilitation center and partner with them to give these marginalized people an opportunity to grow and help out. A lot of people with special needs, they spend years and years waiting for an employer to just give them a chance. And because of that stigma, they almost never get that chance. I can't wait to get to a point where I grow and I can start partnering up with a facility like this. So huge shout out to Josh from Poo Patrol LLC in Nebraska. You inspired a lot of people during that presentation. I just want to thank you for your time and helping us learn. Another one of the keynote speakers, they talked about the steps and strategies you want to implement to diversifying your business. You always want to look for opportunities for growth, and maybe adding on a brand new service is something that you want to implement. My biggest takeaway from that keynote was just defining success for your business. Are you measuring your core KPIs and seeing that this new core offer isn't detracting from the success of your scooping business? A lot of diversifying your business comes down to your action plan. It's essentially like you're building a brand new business. How many of you have built out a business plan for your scooping business? Well, you're gonna have to do the exact same thing if you're gonna diversify your business into other services or a completely different industry. And if it gets to a point where I can start adding other services that won't impact my quality and scale of my scooping business, then I'm going to do so. The next keynote, I took so much notes. It was about the 4 ways of winning more commercial business. The keynote, he had over 13 years of experience with duty calls, building out their commercial sales side. He broke down 3 of the most lucrative commercial customers you can have: apartment complexes, local governments, and HOAs. When it comes to apartment complexes, the manager and the regional manager are the only stakeholders that make the decision for that property. They are super price sensitive, and they are a for-profit company. There really is no great value proposition you can entice them with to hire you instead of just using their maintenance team. Local governments, they don't really care about who you are or what you do. They only care about the price. And typically it's the lowest price that wins. Their bid process, they'll write out a contract where if they hire you, they'll use you for the next 3 to 5 years before they reopen the bidding process again. With HOAs, the board of directors are the decision makers, and most property managers will never let you get in front of an HOA. So you really have to build an amazing relationship with that property manager so they can be your advocate and fight for you. A second key point he shared is you need to be the expert, because they We want a partner that knows what they're doing. So you need to know the different kinds of pet waste stations, what kinds of pet waste stations you should use depending on the location, the types of bags that are available. You want to figure out a balance to solving their issues, but also keeping their budget in mind. He mentioned that aluminum is the best material for pet waste stations. And the biggest thing is you want to be helpful to these property managers. So when you're on the property, you're not just scooping up dog poop, you are their eyes on the ground. Let the property manager know these are the issues that I'm seeing around the property outside of dog poop. And better yet, if you have someone who can actually resolve those issues, whether that's yourself or you work with a local business, bringing a problem to the property manager and you're giving them the solution, they're immediately going to say, yes, let's do it. You have to remember, property managers, they deal with so much shit all the time. People are always complaining to them about whatever. Saturday evening, they had dinner and they also did a silent auction. I ended up bidding on these items. I got these coasters of dogs pooping. I won my auction. I think I was the only one who bid for this. It only cost me 10 bucks, but it's a good conversation piece. And all the money that was made during the silent auction was donated to a no-kill animal shelter located in Myrtle Beach. Saturday night after the dinner and auction, I stayed out and I just continued talking with a bunch of scoopers, just picking their brains about specific problems I had, answering questions they had for me. Everyone was willing to listen. Everyone was willing to share. There was just so much useful information that it was hard to keep track of. Sunday, there was just one keynote speaker and he broke down a content strategy to utilize LinkedIn as a way to continue growing your commercial side of your scooping business. We're all in a relationship business. We may be scooping dog poop for someone, but you're scooping dog poop for someone. You're building a relationship with them and you're providing a core service that they either want or need from you. When you call someone, you're the salesperson, but when someone calls you for help, you're the expert. Keep that in mind. And his content strategy revolved around creating useful blog articles on your LinkedIn page or your website and linking them to your actual LinkedIn business page. Provide value to whoever is finding you on their feed. Give them that information on a consistent basis. That's how you build trust with someone. And eventually you post something and they're like,
oh shit, I actually do need poop scooping services. Let me go reach out to them and find out more information.
was the 2023 Pooper Scooper Convention worth it? Just the ability to be around like-minded individuals, the fact that you can resonate with someone's story because you understand exactly what you're going through, just the fact that this industry has always been extremely open to brand new scoopers. We're always willing to share information that's helped us in the past. I think that in itself was 100% worth the price of admission. I learned a bunch from some of the keynotes, but I know as business owners, we are all walking a different journey. Where I am may not be where you are. So just reinforcing some of the best practices I've been learning on my own and hearing from other people's perspectives who've been doing this a lot longer than me just really helped overcharge my motivation, overfilled my joy to continue sharing with you guys because we are in such a special industry and it's only going to continue to grow. And even though everyone was super welcoming, I struggled with my own issues of anxiety and feeling like I didn't belong, that I had that imposter syndrome. What the hell am I doing here? I'm just on the internet just talking about dog poop. And it was really hard for me to overcome that. If you want to learn some of the strategies I implement to overcome imposter syndrome, make sure you click this video where I share some of my best practices. And I'll see you on the next scoop. And as always, acknowledge the now. Bye.